What's up, everybody? This is Sunko, the Korean Bro. Today is 2022, May 4th. And let's read articles together, okay? Okay. Let's see. We have a neutral trend tonight, and GM has 4 new battery plants coming. Mary Barra. Stock futures drift higher as trader brace for Fed decision. The Fed is about to do something it has not done in 2 decades. Okay. GM has 4 new battery plants coming. Mary Barra. Warren Buffett's advice for beating inflation. Monger on Robinhood crash. God is getting just. Why tech giants change their names. New York Times misses quarterly revenue estimates, but digital subscriptions rise. Will Fed rate hike be a clearing event for a better U.S. stock market? What investors are watching for on Wednesday. Crypto adoption will accelerate and boost global GDP, Coinbase and our CEO say. Carvana stock drops. A longtime fan has doubts. Crypto adoption will accelerate and boost global GDP, Coinbase and our CEO say. Stock market mixed amid Fed worries. This former pandemic winner plummets 33%. Mixed amid Fed worries. This former pandemic winner plummets 33%. AMD earnings show key products are taking share from Intel. What a pound acquisition would mean for Apple, Amazon, or Nike. Nvidia is a core holding, analyst says, but it faces short-term gaming headwinds. But buy these 2 beaten down stocks before they rebound, says Wells Fargo. Warren Buffett is buying stock again. That doesn't mean he's optimistic. Dow Jones futures climb ahead of Fed rate hike decision. AMD surges in earnings. Checks deja vu outlook sends stock plunging as several one-time bulls jump ship. When interest rates rise, it's time to focus on main stock instead of FANG, according to Jeffries. Moderna surges after obliterating first quarter COVID vaccine sales projections. Can Lucy stock make a strong comeback? Is PayPal stock a buy right now after its first quarter results? Is Qualcomm stock a buy? Chip giant Qualcomm ties up with Volkswagen, Europe's biggest car maker. Morgan Stanley's Mike Wilson say S&P 500 could tumble toward 3,400 if true growth scare is on the cards. Global payments recent sell-off creates compelling risk-reward, says Raymond James. Mary joins the core. Travel demand is strong. Marvel Technology has rising relative price performance shy of benchmark. Chipmaker AMD beats first quarter targets on strong data center business. Airbnb's earnings were strong. Travel is taking off. How Regeneron Pharmaceuticals beat quarterly projections without leaning on COVID. Weakening e-commerce trends are weighing on Shopify. What to expect from its earnings? Lithium stocks Livian jumps in earnings. Lumentum, an Apple supplier, expects strong demand. The stock is up. Top-rated Beacon roofing stock near buy point. Earnings due. . 3 earnings play with big move potential. It's time for Fubo TV to stand out in the sea of streaming. After another strong quarter, CVS raised outlook for 2022. Wall Street points toward gains ahead of Fed rate decision. GM stock is worth a look because of the company it keeps. In the sea of streaming, 3 attractive mid-cap swing trades. The Fed is about to do something it has not done in 2 decades, more in brief. In the face of rising inflation, the Federal Reserve looks poised to do something it has not done in 2 decades, implement a king-sized bump in interest rates. Rewind to May 2000 when things were very different. Um, but much like today, concerns were building about higher inflation down the road. In the face of inflationary imbalances, the Fed, led by Alan Greenspan, raised interest rates by 0.50% to a target of 6.5%. That would be the last time the Fed would ever raise interest rates by that much in one move, opting instead to 0.25% increase at a time. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell and his colleagues will likely break that spell. At the conclusion of today's meeting, Powell said April 21st that an outsized rate increase of 0.50% will be on the table. San Francisco Fed President Mary Dallas suggested that the more aggressive moves will be on the table for future meetings as well. We'll likely be taking a 50 basis point increase in a couple of the meetings, she told Yahoo Finance on April 21st. Despite the historical significance of a 0.50% move, some have argued that more will be needed to win the firefight against the rapid pace of price increases. Whereas measures of inflation were showing prices rising annually by 2.4% in May 2000, price increases now are pacing at almost 7%. St. Louis Fed President James Bullard, for example, has floated the idea of going even bigger, 0.75% move. Markets are not expecting that gigantic hike in today's meeting. Fed funds futures, the betting market for Fed moves, were pricing in a 99% chance of a 0.50% move as of Tuesday afternoon, alongside any move on interest rates. The Fed is also expected to announce a strategy in undoing the trillions in asset purchases it made since the beginning of the pandemic. Up until March, the Fed was absorbing U.S. Treasuries and agency mortgage-backed securities to message its support to financial markets. Preliminary discussions held in March outlined a rough plan to shrink its nearly $9 trillion balance sheet, which detailed a strategy of owning up to $95 billion a month, maturing assets to roll off. Okay, the point here is that interest rate hike is inevitable, and that how much percentage goes up is big issue in this case. GM has four. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Check. It's down by 30%. Okay. Okay, get it. Check. 4 new plants coming to have control over battery cell manufacture. In the years ahead, GM says it's aiming to be a leading manufacturer of batteries as well as cars. For electric vehicles, it's all about the battery. CEO Mary Barr told Yahoo Finance in a wide-ranging mm, interview this week. It's all about the battery. The CEO outlined plans to open at least 4 new plants just to manufacture batteries that power the company's electric vehicles. We decided that we wanted to have control over battery cell manufacture. So we formed the joint venture with LG, one of our partners, and we now have a plant coming online this year in Ohio, another one coming online next year, the following year, and one after that, she says. The collaboration with LG Energy Solution code Ultium cells will power more and more GM vehicles in the years ahead. They have 3 locations under construction. A Warren, Ohio plant will be in production this August. A Spring Hill, Tennessee location is set to follow in 2023. And one in Lansing, Michigan begins in 2024. According to GM fourth plant, whose location has yet to be announced, will be up and running in 2025. The ambitious plans come as the company tries to catch up with EV industry leaders like Tesla. Elon Musk Company, the world's largest EV maker, has manufactured its own batteries for years and says its Nevada Gigafactory became the highest volume battery plant in the world back in 2018. Tesla also says it produces more batteries measured by kilowatt than all other car makers combined. So in terms of the production of electric vehicle, battery is the most important thing because battery is what drives uh, electric vehicle. So it's an essential part. So GM has a plan to construct 4 more factories so that they can supply enough batteries for electric vehicles to go. Going all the way up to the supply chain, GM's effort is part of a broader push across the US economy to pivot to clean energy while not trading dependence on oil for another asset, going all the way up to the supply chain, specifically the precious minerals that fuel batteries. Much have modern life, but are often either mined or processed in places like Russia and Ukraine as well as China. The White House got involved in the effort this week, announcing over $3 billion to help companies like GM and others with the battery shortage. A GM spokesperson told Yahoo Finance that the company, which has close ties with the Biden White House, is actively pursuing opportunities to localize as much of the EV and battery supply chain as possible. The higher cost of manufacturing in the US would be outweighed by the supply chain security and the convenience factor, she said. Okay, the point, I get the point, so let's skip on this one. Buffett's advice for beating inflation: be exceptionally good at something. Okay, be exceptionally good at something. So, what does it mean by be exceptionally good at something? Invest in yourself to reap rewards even when inflation bites. The Berkshire Hathaway CEO and Chairman Warren Buffett told a shareholder who asked him for advice on what to invest in amid a general increase in prices of goods and services. So, he's basically the point is invest in yourself to reap rewards is the most important thing when inflation happens. Hmm. The best thing you can do is to be exceptionally good at something. Berkshire Hathaway chairman and CEO Warren Buffett said during the company's annual shareholders meeting on Saturday, if you are the best doctor in town, if you are the best lawyer in town, if you are the best whatever it may be, if you are the best whatever it may be, people are going to give you some of what they produce in exchange for what you deliver. Yes, exactly. People are going to give you some of what they produce in exchange for what you deliver. The Oracle of Omaha later added, whatever abilities you have can't be taken away from you. Mm, mm. They can't actually be inflated away from you. So the best investment by far is anything that develops yourself. And it's not taxed at all. Buffett purchased his first stock when he was 11 years old, spent decades building a Berkshire Hathaway, a vast conglomerate with stakes in companies like Apple. The legendary investor also highlighted the importance of spending time figuring out what one is good at rather than pursuing one fixed goal relentlessly. Also highlighted the importance of spending time figuring out what one is good at rather than pursuing one fixed goal relentlessly. Figure out what makes you good and what you sort of naturally bring to the game, Buffett said later, citing Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hour rule. I could have spent 10,000 hours trying to become a heavyweight boxer. I don't think I do very good at the end of the 10,000 hours. You stumble into what you really like doing, what you're good at, what's useful to society. Hmm. Waiting, one more thing not to do. I got some advice for you, Mauricio. When you have your own retirement account and your friendly advisor Josh, you put all the money into uh beat to Bitcoin, just say no. Okay, so Munger and Buffett are on the same line in terms of not trading Bitcoin. I know there's a article saying Berkshire Hathaway, so in this case Buffett, would never ever buy Bitcoin. He even said he would if somebody gave him all the bitcoins, would he pay $25 uh as a deal? And he said no. And he's that firm uh in his belief. Hmm. Why tech giants like Meta and Alphabet changed their names? 6 months ago, Facebook changed its name to Meta, ostensibly to reflect its focus on the virtual reality spaces known as the metaverse. The announcement was simultaneously important and strange, echoing another tech giant's name change. Uh, it's difficult to tell if Meta's name change has been embraced by the public, or for that matter, if Alphabet has. Even as I'm writing this, it feels weird to refer to Facebook or Google by anything other than the names I've grown so used to seeing on my laptop and smartphone screens. It feels weird to refer to Facebook or Google by anything other than the names I've grown. So why would a company go against the linguistic grain in the first place? Hmm. There are a few basic reasons being named a company would enforce a name swap. Sometimes the current name doesn't really make sense for the direction the company is moving in, or it's looking shed the baggage associated with its current name, said Patty Williams, a marketing professor and vice dean of executive education at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School. Sometimes the name itself just gets a little bit outdated, she said. Sometimes there's just a lot of baggage with an existing name, in a way that the firm may want to lose some of what comes with that baggage, right? Beyond Facebook and its Google, a wide range of companies have changed name in recent years. Last year, payments company Square became Block, and in 2016, Snapchat became Snap. Tesla even dropped the motors from its name. There have also been some notable name changes in consumer space within the 5 years, including Restoration Hardware's rebrand to RH and Weight Watchers move to become Hardware. Hmm. New York Times misses quarterly revenue estimates, but digital subscriptions rise. I recently I'm thinking these days that what's good about reading news every day is I can get to read the trend. Oh, what's good, what's not good, you know, uh, daily trend and the change in industry, stuff like that. If not, how would I be able to get it? Anyway, New York Times misses quarterly revenue estimate. Digital subscriptions rise like this one. Uh, if I was not reading this article, I would never ever get to know that everything is now digitalized. Um, Profit fell to so that's the point. Digitalization. Carvana stock drops. A longtime fan has doubts. Okay, after 3 years of recommending Carvana and other online dealers and used cars, Wells Fargo analyst Zachary Fadem downgraded the stocks to the equivalent of hold on Tuesday. He pulled his price target on Carvana stock from 150 to $65. Macro headwinds are building, access to capital is dwindling, and appetite for high growth. Mm, Negative companies is becoming increasingly scarce. Wrote Fathom in his downgrade note. In addition to moving Corvana um, from overweight to equal weight, the Welsh analyst similarly downgraded Room and Shift Technologies. The companies didn't immediately respond to Lee Quash for a comment. One catalyst for Fathom's downgrade of Corvana were what he called unfavorable terms on junk bonds that the company recently sold to finance its acquisition of the car auctioneer Adasa. Fathom wrote that he remains bullish on Carvana's long-term opportunity and thinks it can become the largest, most profitable used car retailer in the country. But he thinks investors want warm to the shares until the company produces cash flow. Meanwhile, said the analyst, Carvana is earning narrower gross profits on the cars it sells as it struggles in the face of high car acquisition prices, rising rates, and waning consumer demand. The same factors will weigh against Shift and Vroom said. Crypto adoption will accelerate and boost global GDP, Coinbase and RCUSA. say. Hmm. So she's a positive on investing on coin. AMD earnings show key products are taking share from Intel. Hmm. Advanced micro devices, high-end server chip business is thriving. Advanced micro devices, high-end server chip business is thriving and taking share from Intel. That's the key takeaway from AMD's latest quarterly results released on Tuesday. The chipmaker stock jumped on news in late trading. Hmm. What a patent acquisition would mean for Apple, Amazon, or Nike. Hmm. Patent Interactive takeover would make more sense for Apple than Amazon.com or Nike, according to an analysis by UBS. Analyst Airpine said among the potential suitors for the connected fitness company, drive revenue growth for Apple services segment as well as help with customers retention. It's a core hoarding, analyst says, but it faces short-term gaming headwinds. Headwinds. Warren Buffett's buying stock again. That doesn't mean he's optimistic. Warren Buffett set out much of the post-COVID-19 sell-off to the detriment of Berkshire Hathaway shareholders. But in the first quarter of 2022, with stocks once again falling, the Oracle Omaha took action. Deja vu outlook sent stock plunging as several one-time bulls jump ship. With interest rates rising, it's time to focus on main stocks instead of FANG, according to Jeffries. It's been a volatile journey for Lucid Group since the SPAC business combination was announced. A big surge above $60 in February 2021 was soon followed by a correction below the $20 level. After some consolidation, Lucid stock surged again above $50. With the company announcing the commencement of vehicle deliveries, investors, however, again reported to profit booking, and the stock currently trades at around $20. Can Lucid stock make a strong comeback? I believe the stock is already in oversold territory. Broad market sentiments made me cautiously optimistic. Lucid stock appears to be worth accumulating in the $15 to $20 range. Reasons for the recent correction. Before talking about the medium to long term positive catalyst, is PayPal stock a buy right now after its first quarter results? PayPal is the largest digital platform that provides money transfer services. The fast-growing company remains one of the high-profile stocks in today's stock market. But is PayPal stock a buy in the current stock market witness? Marvel Technology has rising relative price performance shy of benchmark. Had its relative strength rating upgraded from 66 to 71 Tuesday, a welcome improvement, but still below the 80 or better score you look for. When looking for the best stocks to buy and watch, one factor to watch closely is relative price strength. This exclusive rating from the Investors Business Daily identifies share price movement. Marvel Technology. hmm, Airbnb's earnings were strong. Travel is taking off. Airbnb reported a slimmer than expected net loss and higher revenue than expected for its first quarter, saying it sees substantial demand for travel ahead of the summer. The short-term rental company reported a net loss of $18.8 million or 3 cents a share, a stronger performance than the ROAS of 25 cents a share. Wall Street analysts polled by FactSet were expecting. Revenue soared at 70% year over year to $1.51 billion. Weakening e-commerce trends are weighing on Shopify. What to expect from its earnings? Amazon.com, weaker than expected e-commerce results dampened expectations for Shopify's oncoming quarterly report. Analysts at Wabush slashed his expectations for the stock on Tuesday, but he's still upbeat about the firm's long-term prospects. A Shopify stock was up 4% in Tuesday trading. Shares of the Ottawa, Canada e-commerce software firm traded north of $1,600 around the time of the Nasdaq Composite peak in November. Lumentum and Apple supplier expects strong demand. The stock is up. Three earning plays with big move potential. We moved on a beat quarter first earnings expectation. Three earning plays with big move potential. Is Shopify a good earnings play? Why DraftKings stock be volatile? Will DraftKings stock be volatile? The online sports betting platform is forecast to announce a steeper net loss of $1.16 per share. It's time for Fubo TV 2. Ah, hi, Moni. I'm not sure if you're there watching YouTube or not, but I wish you were there. I was just about reading articles about Fubo TV. You know, the price of Netflix went down recently because COVID-19 uh, is getting weaker as the time goes on, and people are like, "Or let's get out of the house and let's spend some more time hanging out with people." So instead of looking at Netflix or spending time inside home, so people go out. So these Netflix subscribers of Netflix went down. Experts expected to have a lot more subscribers, but then it was way lower than what they had expected. So just like Netflix, also Fubo TV is on the same line in terms of broadcasting. Uh, but in this article, author says it's now standing out in the sea of streaming, and we'll see what he says. But from what I understand, the price of oh, Danka, are you there, Mungi? Danka. No response from my girlfriend. I wish she was there. I will never know. Well, let's wait till she comes back. But while waiting for her, uh, let's read this article briefly, okay? Uh, it's been already 36 minutes, so I'll probably spend another 10 minutes or so reading this, and then I'm like be done with this, okay? Okay. Let's see. The Sports Forward service must show investors that its plans to capture market share are working. Mm. One of the more intriguing of the meme stocks from 2021 was Fubo TV. Meme stocks. In this case, they call it as meme stocks. I say intriguing because unlike some of the companies that got caught up in the meme trade, mm, Fubo was generating growing revenue. See, yeah. Well, they are like in a how can I say niche market. Like their price is lower than Netflix, and they're broadcasting some of series that cannot be seen on Netflix. Uh, Probably that's what got them much more money, I guess. However, Fubo stocks continues to have heavy short interest that continues to serve as a flashing red warning light for many investors. The issue vaccine investors is not what Fubo does. Um, it's a streaming platform. Okay. Here in this case, what vexes people are the fact that it's a streaming platform. Like Netflix, people are thinking, oh, this would probably go down just like what Netflix did. But let's see, it's more a question of what, if anything, does it do better than other streaming companies? Yes. As a response, Fubo would argue that it is the only sports for streaming service. Okay, so see, it's different. So Netflix broadcast every kind of series, including entertainment, sports, but Fubo TV only broadcasts sports for streaming service. It has an integrated sports book that in territory will increase the company's average revenue per user. Mm. This is why I refer to Fubo stock as some of its poor stock when I was Case Sadler's guest on the Market Beat podcast. This is why I refer to Fubo stock as some of its poor stock when I was Case starters, yes, on the market be podcast, but I acknowledge that the company had to show this model can work. Mm. Based simply on revenue. That may be the case. In the company's most recent quarter, Fubo cracked the 1 million subscriber mark that led to 119% year-over-year growth in revenue. the company also added 185,000 net subscribers, which was a 106% year-over-year increase. Furthermore, advertising revenue grew by 98% on a year-over-year basis. Delay? There's too much delay? Eh? What does it mean by delay? Munghi? Huh? Okay. I was about to read two articles more, but I'll just finish it at this point, and then I'll do it over again when I come back here next time. Okay. I'll see you guys and happy holiday. Donko. Danka. How many times do I have to say donko in order for me to get response from you? I'm like waiting here. I said donko multiple times. So what should I like keep saying donko? How many times do you want me to say donko? Donko, 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 donko. I wish my girlfriend was really, really happy. I cannot ever get to see how she makes her face, but I really, really hope that she was smiling right now. It's pity that I cannot ever get to see people's reaction when I'm like, okay, God, yeah, I was looking for that response, Moon. I said don't go multiple times, but then no response from your side. So I'm like, confused here. Like, how many times do I have to say don't go? Okay, I'll say more. Don't go. I wish you were smiling. More? Okay. Danke. 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 Okay, I've got to stop it at this point. I feel like I'm really being full of myself for real. In this stock market analysis broadcasting clip, I'm like saying donko many times. It's a stock market analysis broadcasting, okay? Oh my god. Now you're asking me to open donko in this stock market analysis YouTube. What a hilarious move. Don't you think so? I've said donko multiple times and you're like now opening my donko. God. Boom. Come on. Okay, I feel like okay. I'll keep it as a secret. I'll tell you the rest of things. Okay. Okay. To sum up, I read a lot of articles. It's pity that I wasn't able to read the articles about football TV, but I'll go over it next time. Okay, and I'll probably come back 4 days later. Okay. Okay, see you guys. Bye bye. Mungi, I'll call you back. Okay. Bye bye.